I just want to introduce myself before we can get into the main meeting. I'm Rahul Visar. I'm from Chicago. मी गर्जे मराठीचा गेल्या 2 वर्षापासून काम करतोय आणि रिअल इस्टेटचा ग्रुप जो आहे त्याच्यामध्ये आय एम होस्टिंग सम मीटिंग्स. That's my main initiative. Thoda about myself is I'm a entrepreneur now, converted from a corporate job. So पहिले 10-15 वर्ष माझी career I was in working as a mechanical engineer आणि नंतर मी real estate मध्ये इन्व्हेस्टमेंट सुरू केली आणि गेले 10 वर्ष in the Chicago area I'm developing my residential rental portfolio. When I presented at the CRE मागच्या समिट मध्ये आता GMG जे मागचं समिट झालं न्यू जर्सी मध्ये तेव्हा आम्ही एक ब्रेकआउट सेशन केला होता. And that breakout session had 3 topics. So one was a commercial real estate. I presented mainly the residential real estate. And आजचे आपले जे guest आहेत, Dr. Sachin Chopra, he's also part of GMG. He was there. He presented a very innovative solution, innovative investment area, which is the resort home invest. So that session, there were a lot of sessions going on at the GMG, and a lot of people came back to me and asked for, can we have this repeated session again? And that's why I kind of requested Dr. Anand Kaka, can we have this first session on the real estate side? So we are just going to repeat that session. Obviously, Sachin has more information now, and what we can expect in this session is what you can see on my screen. But before we get into details of that, I know Anand Ganu sir was on there. I wanted him to just give a brief introduction initially. Anand Kaka, are you still there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, so if you can just give
yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rahul. Thank you, Dr. Chopra, and thank you those who have joined. I'm having a little cough, so my voice may not be clear, but that's okay. I'm glad that you are joining. The number is not important. Those who are joined, they must join with the purpose of contributing, purpose of doing something together. So there is a great scope. This is a particular field wherein Marathi people do not have proper presence or not a very noticeable presence. So we all can work together. There are opportunities in US. There are opportunities in India. So there are 2 stalwarts in the field who will be talking about that. So we must grow this sort of a group also, and this sort of events will be taking place on Garje Marathi platform very regularly in different domains, but this is one of the domain which we will carry forward. So all the best, and over to Rahul Vishal again.
Okay, thank you, Kaka. Basically, real estate मध्ये आणि in general मराठी community मध्ये we have, or JMG मध्ये जेवढा मला अनुभव आहे आणि जितक्या लोकांना मी भेटलोय, जवळजवळ 60-70% are professional, and they are mainly professional into computer or finance related fields. Real estate मध्ये खूप कमी लोक आहेत where real estate actually offers a very good investment idea or investment option, which a lot of people just don't want to explore, or they just don't know what to do. So the focus of our group, we call it as a real estate or CRE group, which is a commercial and residential real estate investment. या ग्रुपचा फोकस असा आहे की जेवढ्या काही नवीन इन्व्हेस्टमेंट्स आहेत and whichever the options are, whether it is in India, whether it is in United States, or whether it is anywhere in the world, we want to bring those speakers in, we want to bring those ideas, and people can look at it and they can actually invest into different areas. We have so much expertise. Even if I say there are less people, but the people who are involved in GMG, there's so much expertise in the group that if we can bring all those ideas together, we can actually get a lot of people a solution that not only just investing in stock market, but a real estate investment can be possible. Like going back to my own portfolio, the whole thing started for me as an investment. I had some money, and then I said, okay, what I can do? I'm not good at stock market or 401ks and on managing that. So I started doing some investment in real estate, and it became a good business for me. So that idea started with buying like 2 single family houses, converted into investment as a rental property, and then that turned into a great business model. But again, I don't want to get into details of that. I'll have a separate session for this. I want to concentrate today on what Sachin wants to share. So if you can see on my screen, basically Dr. Sachin Chopra, he's an engineering graduate too. So he started his career in the engineering field, and later he started into all the different areas of I say real estate. There are a lot of health sciences, and he'll go through exactly what how his journey was, and today where he is, what investment model he is supporting. So what we can get in the section is basically what you see. That's the agenda. We are trying to get some answers about what is the resort home investment, what are the opportunities, why to invest in this thing, what kind of returns you can expect on this kind of investment, and if you decide to do so, what is the process. So uh, I think I'll just turn it over to Sachin from here. Sachin, you can take over and you can go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you very much. Good morning from India to all of you. Good evening to all of you. Kanu sir, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to present resort home investment option again. And thank you very much for time of all of you who have just joined in this meeting. So, as Rahul said, in JM Meet, we had this session of resort home investment, which is kind of a new type of investment in real estate, which is a very upcoming option in especially Indian market, I would say, and having a lot of action from NRIs all across the world. So I will in this session I will go through the whole concept of what is resort home investment, how one needs to look at it, and how it is different than any other investment, why we call it as new age investment and stuff like that. Okay. Before I start, I want to invite you all for again the GMG session, which is happening in Pune on 10th and 11th of January at Hotel Orchid in partnership with Pimpri Chinchwad University. So please do spare time and visit us at that time in Pune. Thank you very much. I'll start with the presentation.
Can you share your screen? Okay, there you go.
I hope it is visible. The screen is visible, Rahul?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Can you unmute yourself, Sachin? It just I did by mistake. Go ahead. Sorry for that.
Okay, okay. No. Uh, I will talk about the concept first, what exactly we are doing. One second. Yeah. So, about what exactly Pushpom is all about. We are a group based out of and we actually our journey started the group journey started as a software and hardware development company. I would say solution providing based on the hardware, and we also do some software which is but which is largely to support the hardware business. And last almost 10 years we are in the real estate segment. So as a group, the idea is to provide solution every area, like what we are doing in hardware business today, IT hardware business. So when we wanted to get into real estate business, we thought of coming out with kind of a solution for a specific challenge solving methodology for a buyer who is a second home buyer. We call it a second home, vacation home, you can say, in Indian market. So as a group, we are into hotels and resorts, couple of resorts already operational, and we have more in pipeline. And we have a learning and development company, we have a healthcare company, and the business of software is still going on. So 40 years of a story wherein we are into various verticals, real estate side of it, and talk about the approach from our side in this particular business. So when I said that we came in this activity as a kind of a problem solving and not only just building a house and getting out of it like most of the developers here in India. Again, the market in India consumption oriented now. Say, till few years back, people used to buy houses in cities as an investment. Now, because of the stagnancy in or no substantial in pricing and a lower rental return, people have focused on upgrading houses in cities generally for needs. Then, what option remains? Residential real estate investment, vacation home investment. So, in the vacation category, we came up with a concept which we call it as investment. So, how exactly this operates, or we even say that this is one of the smartest way of investing in today's times. Okay, so what you exactly do in resort, it is kind of a big complex wherein it is a operational resort, and in resorts there are individual villas or individual houses that we offer to people. It's kind of it's a ownership of a fully furnished house. So when we sell the house, it is mostly a villa with a pool, swimming pool is the basic product that we are more focusing on. And somebody buys, the investor buys this kind of a pool villa he is using, because these are vacations or locations which are away from the city, or weekend locations, I would say, for most of the this are on a continuous basis. So what we say that when you are using this house, whenever you wish, we will utilize
Hello,
this
Sachin.
as a.
Hello, Sachin. You're kind of going in and out, audio wise. Um, so is it maybe some internet issue? But right now, like I can, you're basically going in and out. Like, is
Sorry.
everyone on the meeting?
Internet issue is at Sachin's end. Internet issue is at Sachin's end.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I think. So
Is it better audible? One second.
whenever I use when I can hear it is good, but it just goes in and out sometimes. But okay, just continue. Maybe it will be okay after. So
Video. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what point I was audible, but I'll just take couple of statements again. That so in the whole resort setup, you are buying a home which is a fully furnished, fully fitted home, and you're just entering it with a with your whenever you go to any kind of resort, it's something like that, and fully furnished resort home you are buying. Uh, when you are not using this resort home, because generally people go there on weekends and stuff like that. So whenever you are not using it, we are monetizing it as an on a kind of a daily rental basis or a weekly rental basis, depending on the location and depending on the need at the customer end. And the kind of rental that we get because of that is quite high, because we do it on a daily basis. So the product is packaged in such a way that when there is no maintenance worry or maintenance cost to the person who is owning this particular house. And as I've said, that it's a secured home in a gated community. So that again assures a customer about no headache on kind of looking at the safety security of the property. So the important points I'll repeat, that it's a full ownership of a fully furnished house, and there is no maintenance worries and there is no maintenance cost as well. Okay, because when you are not the cost is recovered from the rental that we get after we rent it on a daily basis. So cost to the owner is not there. And we have fall the because this is a resort, there are full premium amenities in a gated community, which I will come later on in my later slides. And there is a substantial good monthly rental income. So these are the four important points of a resort home investment. This is, we call it as a great upgrade from a traditional second home or a vacation home, which is again getting sold here in India. So as I started, we are into problem solving. So when we actually entered this business around 10 years back, we saw that there is a substantial challenge on maintaining the properties which are sold at a remote location. So, and again, eventually that property becomes a liability because it is not maintained by a developer. He just gets out of the project after he finishes the project. So we came out with this concept and packaged in such a way that we develop a project with a guaranteed lease guarantee. And since we are doing it for some time now, we know that what is the kind of minimum guaranteed occupancy of a resort you get when a customer is not using it, and what kind of revenue we can expect out of that. So all those charts I will show in the following slides. And we manage the whole project for the lifetime. This is the commitment that we give from our side. For first agreement is for 10 years, but we go on renewing it if because we have to give some at some point we have to give option to the buyers that if they wish not to continue it, they have to the home will be still managed by us, but on a different arrangement, which again I will take in my following slides. So every project there is a 4 or 5 star resort management branded hospitality company who will take care about the management of this. The management charges are zero for a customer till there is a lease back agreement. Okay, so it's a zero maintenance property till there is a lease back agreement with us. And we allow we say that you can come for 30 days of your like it's not in a continuation 30 days, but if you come, you want to stay for a week, again go back sometime, come again and stay there for a week or 2 days or 5 days, whatever you wish to. So 30 days in a someone can the owner can use his own property. uh, the main and most important, I would say, the point that we have observed is these properties are highest appreciated as on today in India as compared to any other residential property. The main reasons are these properties are at very, very strategic locations. In our case, they are at Karzat, Alibag, Dapoli, Mahabaleshwar. I will take you to the locations following. These are at such a static locations where the highest appreciation is expected because of connectivity, because of the newer infrastructure developments in those areas. Okay, and these are important differential points, I would say, which we take care as compared to any other second home developer. What we have seen in last at least 2 years or 2.5 years, there is a great traction from NRIs for these particular properties. And the important issues which I said first was like someone coming from someone who is there abroad and from India. Generally, the trend was to buy a property at a city from which he actually belong to. Like someone from Pune will buy a property in Pune and keep it as an investment and put it on a rent because he is not utilizing that property. But eventually, what we saw that the kind of rental returns that a Pune or a city-based property is in the range of around 2.5%. In exceptional few cases, it is up to 3% of the investment amount. There are maintenance troubles. You need to really manage the tenants as well. You need to manage the maintenance as well of the property, and it is substantially demanding on money front as well as time front. Rental, once the rental guy leaves, you have to again go find out the new rental and stuff like that. So there is a kind of a activity involved. Okay, in these are the challenges for a city-based property. And when we saw that the model that we have come out with, which is kind of a autopilot mode, wherein NRI wants to invest and he wants zero headache and full assurance of the rental return, full assurance on the safety security of the property, all transparent and registered agreements. He is finding this as a solution which is really matching the needs and highest appreciation, which I am repeatedly talking about appreciation because that is something which we have observed in these property in our properties, resort home properties, as the highest as compared to other properties. So that is why we are seeing there is a great traction from NRIs who are investing in India in resort home properties. So currently we have projects, as I've said, in Karjat, which is Pushpam Sanskruti, and we had a few villas there and few studio apartments, which we have already sold out. It's a 22-acre project, and out of which only the last phase is there, which which we are selling, which we call it 21 enclave, 21 villas. Last few are left in that particular project. Then we had next project in Alibag, which we call as which is the project name is Balibag. So it's a Bali themed resort with few villas and few studio suites. It's kind of 90% sold out, wherein we have all villas and only few studio suites are available. And I am going to talk about the project Pushpam Varsa, which is based out of Dapoli. I'm going to take that as in detail, and very proud to say this that we have done as a NRI exclusive project. Here we are developed Vada style villas. I will show you the pictures in the next few slides. And those villas are again just to continue on the old tradition of Vadas, which were there in Maharashtra few years back. Few of the people must have seen those kind of houses in their previous times. So the name Varsa talks about continuity of a tradition of which was Maharashtra, I would say around 30, 40 years back. Now, this project in Dapoli is at Polthare Beach, and it's a 14-acre project, which is just sea facing. So every villa has a directly sea view from here, and we are creating 21 exclusive villas with private swimming pool and lot of amenities in the whole project. So again, the question remains why Dapoli? Because as I've said, that every location that we select is having a lot of strategic benefits. So there is a new road coming from Mumbai, which is called as Revas Reddy Coastal Highway, and which is getting started and expected to complete in next 3 to 4 years, wherein it is going along the sea from Mumbai till Goa, and this is touching Dapoli, and this is 200 meters away from our project, and the travel distance from Mumbai to Dapoli would reduce to almost 3 hours or slightly lesser than that. And that road is going to really change the landscape of entire Konkan region, and that is why the Dapoli is tremendous in demand as of now, if I may say that. Dapoli is a very good natural destination where you have a lot of forest, lot of kind of sea beaches there, but a very nice weather year along. That is why it has a tremendous beauty as compared to many other Konkan destinations. Even we call it as mini Mahabaleshwar sometimes. So that is, and it has become a really, really good investment hotspot in the last couple of years. Plus, there is a Dapoli jetty which is getting started in next couple of years, wherein the boats will start from Mumbai, either Bhauka Dakka or Gateway of India, and you can reach Dapoli within probably with a boat journey of hour and a half maximum. So all this new infrastructure or connectivity is making this particular location as a real good tourist hotspot, and there is a tremendous growing tourism in India as of now. It's very close to Pune. Also, we have around 3 hours, 3.5 hours driving distance from Pune. So this is the kind of a structure in Warsaw Villa. Okay, as I've said, this is the old Wada theme, which was there in Maharashtra earlier. The typical Maharashtrian houses used to look something similar to this. Many of you must have observed this. And these are all 3 bedroom and with private swimming pool for each villa, which is kind of a plunge pool for each villa. This is the architect that we are going to come out here. तुळशी वृंदावन आणि कोर्टयार्ड असलेलं वाड चौक आपण ज्याला म्हणायचो त्या टाईपचं हे घर आहे. फुल वूडमध्ये काम केलेलं असणार आहे आणि स्टोन वूड अँड स्टोन इज द कॉम्बिनेशन इन द आर्किटेक्चर. सो these are the few pictures based of that. This is the project entrance whenever you are going in the uh, at the entry of the project. There are a lot of amenities in the project. Apart from every pula has a swimming pool, but still there will be a plunge pool, but there will be a kind of a lap pool or a big size swimming pool in the project. There is a watchtower because, as I've said, that every plot is sea facing, sea view plot. So we have created a watchtower from where you can have a better sea view also. And amphitheater is there, then there is a party lawn, then there is a banquet hall, there is a reception, and this is the reception area pictures. So I talk about the few important points about this particular project. We are just booking. We have started on this, and we are launching this actually in March 20. We are completing this. I'm sorry for this. We are completing this project by March 2026. We just launched this in GMG in New Jersey conference, and we have got a very good traction from there. The total cost of this is around $208,000, which is around 1.75 crore. This includes all white goods, furniture, the land of around 5,500 square feet, and the whole construction, as you are seeing, plus white goods and furniture all put together. And we guarantee that there will be a minimum of 35% occupancy when actually we take this in our hand. After the whole villa is completed, we start lease back guarantee with a minimum of around $750 per month as a income for a home buyer. So there is a great cash flow from these properties. This is the most important point. Appreciation is one part which you can eventually see after 3, 4, 5, 7 years when you want to sell it. But the cash flow is very important from the property perspective. So instead of becoming a liability, if you buy here, most of the people will pay for second home and the maintenance, etc. Here, there is zero outflow, but there is an inflow of minimum guaranteed amount of around $750 per month if you buy this particular house. And the occupancy, as occupancy grows, your income will also start growing. So you can expect with 35 occupancy, we can see that this is a guaranteed with 35% occupancy than $50. But once within 5 years, we expect gradually occupancy to grow to up to 70% with around $1,800 as monthly income. And this is the case that we have already working with in our existing property, and within 4 to 5 years, people have reached or double or tripled their income, which was their minimum income. So I will again the exact case studies of those things what has happened in the past. So you can expect this is kind of the income which you get $1,800 on a $200,000 dollar of investment. So this project and every project of ours is again approved by every financial institution or most of the financial institutions in India. So banks and banks, private banks, you can get the funding them for this particular any of the villas that one wish to buy. I will talk about the payment terms, how it goes, and the 10-year lease agreement. It's mandatory. Once you buy this, the kind of documentation, you are buying a piece of land. We are doing a second agreement, which is a construction agreement with fully furnishing and all those things involved in that. And the third document, which is a registered document, wherein we are committing you this kind of a rental income, which I have showed here. So there are few important points which we want to highlight here, that the lease deed, once you buy the properties for 10 years after possession, the lease has to be mandatorily done. After 10 years, you have a choice. Like few of my investors are saying, we would like to come back to India and stay in that particular house, or we would continue. Some of them are saying we would continue. So from our side, continuation of the agreement is guaranteed. From your side, you have an option to choose not to continue, also is there after 10 years of time. But first 10 years, this kind of the lease deed is mandatory. Again, in this entire 10 years time, there is zero cost of maintenance. The person who has bought this particular villa, so there will be zero outflow for person from every aspect. Like there will be no light bill payment or electricity bill payment, no maintenance of property, no maintenance of the swimming pool. Everything will be paid by our resort management hospitality company, which is doing it from the revenue that they are earning by doing it on a daily rental basis. So there is an assured monthly rental, as I've said, and there will be an agreement. The possession is expected to be there by March 2026, and in a 30 days of a year. Okay, so the idea is, we have actually done a lot of studies, and I'm even saying for Indian customers, we are not using these houses for more than 20-25 days in a year. So when they buy, a lot of enthusiasm when I'm talking about Indian customers, to go there on a weekend, and we will go there on every weekend, kind of a thought process is there. But eventually it reduces, and actually after a couple of years, we have seen that the actual usage of these properties are not more than 20-25 days. So the whole thing is done in such a way that you can use it for 30 days, and balance 11 months we commit you this minimum guaranteed return. This 30 days, again, not at the stage which I have said earlier. You can use it as and when you wish to use it. For NRIs, we have seen that in our existing property also, there is a good NRI purchaser base is there, wherein we have seen they use it when they come on a holiday. They can use this house for like 1 week, 10 days, 15 days, and balance days they send. You can send your friends, relatives, and they can also enjoy these properties for balanced days. This is a big, too many numbers, but I will not like to make it very complicated. I will just show you important points in this particular chart. This is about showing the cash flow, okay, that how the cash flow goes, and what are how is the projection of revenue for investor is there. So, as I've said, that for the first year, when we say that there is a 35% occupancy, I will go here and talk about the cash flow at $760 as the minimum cash flow that one gets, $750. And if you consider add the stay benefits that one is getting for 30 days, and then the whole outflow will to around 19,800. Total benefit will go to around $19,800 year. In percentage on your investment, apart from appreciation, one would get around 9.5% of benefit, this is the calculation which I wanted to show here, that if you consider the stay benefit and the cash flow that you are getting from the property, the total benefit is around in the range of 9.51%. Now, when the in the second year, when the property occupancy approximately increases by 5%, this is as per previous trend, we have put it this percent, 35, 40, then third year 45%. Gradually occupancy increases and your income level also increases. As I've said, that $750, then the next year is around $870, then $1,000, then 1150, 1317, and stuff like that. It will go on increasing because you get either 20% of the revenue or a fix of $750. Either of these two, whatever is high, is for the investor. Again, I'm repeating, 20% of the revenue or $750 in this particular property. How we arrived to $750? That this is considering 35% occupancy, which is minimum guaranteed occupancy from our side. We are confident of getting this occupancy throughout the period for sure, minimum. But as I said, the incremental occupancy, incremental profit. This is how the calculation would look like. The basic cost of the property is around 1.75 crore, and with the taxes included, it goes to around 2 crore 3 lakh rupees, and uh, which is around 252,000 US dollars. I have got a question from Mr. Anand, which I'll answer in a bit after I just complete one more slide. Okay, so there are payment slabs. We have to, the payment is first you buy a plot, you pay for the plot, and then the construction linked payment is there, which is as and when the construction, every milestone, there will be a percentage of payment. Like that, the payment will be there up to March 26. Okay, so some payment would be there for at the booking time, which is just 500,000 rupees, 5 lakh rupees, and the balance payment of the plot will be there at the time of plot registration and the government registrations, and the construction payment will be linked to the construction. Now, I was talking about what has happened in our Karjat project. Now, this project we have started in actually 2020, but I will not consider that year because of COVID. There was no business. But 2021, if I consider as our first year of business, the return on investment of was around 4% per annum, and when the occupancy was 35. The similar which I talked about, Warsaw, it is approximately 4% return and 35% occupancy. But today, 2024, in just 3 years' time, we are at around 55% occupancy, and the rental return has gone to around 8.82%. So there is almost double return in just 3 years' time. To be honest, it is in 4 years' time or 5 years' time, I should say, considering 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. So fifth year, it is around 8.82%. And the appreciation, the smallest villa which we sold at around 42 lakhs, couple of them we have to resell because of their special situations or conditions. It has got around 70% of appreciation in 4 to 5 years time. So this is the kind of case study which we wanted to show you, that this has happened in our existing property, of around doubling the rental income to around 8% of your investment amount, and the pricing going up by around 60-70% in 4 years time. So this is the current scenario. In terms of Warsaw, which is Dapoli project, again in 10 years we expect to grow from 4% of the annual the return on investment as a cash flow. We said about rental return is expected to grow up to 11% gradually, with around from 35% to 70% incremental in occupancy. And price, I can definitely say, definitely projected to be more than 130, 140% of your current price in the next 10 years time. So what's next? This was the whole information about the concept and the project from our side. If you think that this is really exciting, interesting, we can talk about more details about how the documentation will go, exactly will happen. Then the steps are very easy. One has to just call us for the booking. We will do the basic booking of the project, and then we have the registration agreements and balance payment flow, payment plan, etc. will follow as I have said. So, traditional in style with Pushpam Resort Homes. I would like to take the questions which has come in the chat box. Just a second. Okay. So first question is, what's the process for a US citizen with OCI? So either PIO or OCI card holders can buy freely these properties in India. We have many customers having OCI cards who has bought these properties in India. And the process is very simple. The registration process is absolutely same if you are visiting India and doing the registration. If you are not visiting India, then we will tell you there is a format by which you have to visit Indian embassy and get one documentation signed, and based on which we can do the entire here in India based on the power of attorney that you give it to either dear or dear from your side, or to our employee as well. Either of these two works, and we can get the documentation done and can do the registration here. Payments can flow from your US account to Indian account without any hesitation by showing that you are investing in a residential property, and the payment can come from US account, or if you have a NRO account, NRE account here in India, from those accounts also payment can come here. So it's a very seamless process, and we have done it for many. So we are either PIO card holder or OCI card holder can buy these properties in India without any challenges. How do you take care of floods, risk, fire, flood, hurricanes, etc.?
Sachin,
What are the
before
medical
you,
facilities?
hello, Sachin. Before you go to that next
Ah,
question, can you just explain, like, when somebody is buying the property from here, what are they getting exactly? Like, are
yeah.
they, um, is it a NA plot? It's not NA. What exactly? Like, I'm specifics of it. Like, is the owner of the house?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Great. Okay, so for NRIs or any passport holder, India passport holder, but non-resident Indian, and as a green card holder or a US citizen, you are allowed to buy only the non-agriculture plot and a residential or a commercial property. So what one is not allowed to buy is a agriculture land. Okay, that is for the land meant for doing the agriculture, that is not allowed to be purchased. So our projects are all non-agriculture land projects. We change the use from agriculture to non-agriculture. There is a process involved, which is the process at our end, which we have already completed for this project. And non-agriculture land, along with a residential home built onto it, is the thing that you are buying from us, and this is very freely allowed to buy for any NRI. I hope I have answered your question, Rahul. Or do you expect some more details from my side on
no,
this?
that's good. You can take the next question if you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So,
So the question was, how do you take care of the
how do you
hazard risk?
take care of, yeah, hazards, risk, fire, floods, hurricanes, etc.? So we do to take the insurance of the property, okay, which is the standard methodology. Apart from that, fire, flood, and all these things or natural hazards are taken care in the insurance. For the, I hope this question is not related to anything, but whatever is mentioned here, hazard, risk. Risk means business is taken care by from our side, wherein we are telling that this kind of occupancy will for sure come there, and this kind of returns will definitely go there, and this is binded with a registered agreement with government of Maharashtra. So that is taken care, but all other natural calamities will be taken care by the insurance policy. And what are the medical facilities nearby? So we are around 8 kilometers away from town of Dapoli, and wherein you have all the medical facilities available. So the driving distance would be around from for Kolkata to Dapoli, the driving distance would be around 15 to 20 minutes. So within 20 minutes, you have all the good medical facilities available because it's a district place and you have reasonably good medical facilities available there. The next was good presentation. Thank you. A few questions.
No, no,
How
before that,
are the
the question
rentals
was,
at
are there medical facilities nearby? On the same note.
Okay, so I told you about that there is a medical facilities are at in Dapoli.
Mhm.
Dapoli is around 15 to 20 minutes driving distance from Kolthare beach, and it is around 8 to 9 kilometers, but driving time I will say around 20 minutes. All medical facilities and big hospitals are available. Dapoli is very famous place for the this agriculture university, so there are a lot of people coming from outside also there. So there are good facilities available, but that they are in Dapoli. So exact on the site or near to site, the first location would be Dapoli. The medical facilities will be available.
Okay.
I'm taking the next question. How are the rentals advertised? Who are the tenants profiles, individually or corporations? Just so I understand, the priority is owned wholly by the owner, but Pushpam is lesser for this arrangement. Is this transferable if the property ownership changes? If the priority ownership changes? Okay. So, the way I'm understanding this question is the tenants are going to be the weekenders. So, there are multiple purposes of getting this property, but taking this property on rent. One is we call it as FIT, free individual traveler goes on a weekend with a group of friends or group of with families. Generally, families in our case is the first customer for like 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights kind of things. Second is MICE customer, that is meetings, incentives, and corporates who come here for their team meetings and stuff like that. Third, which is important trend as of now, is destination marriages. Although this is a 63 keys property, we call it as that. It is 21 villas into 3 bedroom each. So 63 keys means around 200 people can get accommodated in this property, but there are the newer trend is to call small number of people and do a destination marriage. So again, those will be the customers who will be coming here. So every type of customer would be entertained in this particular resort. So just so I understand, the priority is owned only by the owner, but Pushpam is exclusive lesser for this agreement. I'm not understanding exactly. Do you mean to say that the leasing out priority is owner, or it is exclusive with Pushpam because Pushpam is going to manage the whole show. Pushpam is going to employ the entire team for marketing purpose, so they will have the inquiries for giving this property on rent, and they will be managing it. Uh, Another question, is lease transferable if the priority ownership changes? This is a very good question. See, there are two different uh, things in this. One is the ownership of the property, which is a crystal clear ownership, which we transfer it to the buyer on day one. Second is the lease agreement. So if the person wishes to sell this property, the investor wishes that he wants to sell this property, he can sell any day without even asking us. The only condition put in the agreement is for the balance lease tenure, the new owner has to continue that lease for the balance time. For example, one bought it in 2026. and in 29, if he wants to sell it after 3 years, the balance 7 years of lease agreement has to be continued with the new buyer. So it's a freely transferable property without any challenges, and the lease can be redone with the new buyer from our side. But that has to be continued. This is the condition from our side, and this is the only condition from our side. Is there a minimum guaranteed
Sachin,
return? Have you
Anand,
always paid this in projects?
Sachin, before that, Anand has his hand. Anand, go ahead.
Yeah, I asked that question about the risks, and I know, of course, insurance is there, and we'll also take care of insurance if we invest. But what are the engineering precautions you have taken for those risks? Like, if you mentioned that the property is built in the forested area, so fire hazard is probably one of the biggest concern, and also it's on the sea coast, so probably hurricane potentially is a big risk also. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So forest is there. So definitely risk of fire, but the trend in this region is not the fire risk. We have not observed any incidents in the past. The fire happens in this region, although the only uh, the risk coverage is insurance. There is nothing else, to be honest. But the trend of having fire in this area because of the forestation is not generally seen. That is one. Related to hurricane, the property is on a hilltop, and you have a sea view to every plot. But we are around 350 meter away from the sea aerially. So actually, hurricane and because of sea, the challenges may not be there on the property because there are few plots in between. There is a plantation in between, so it is not directly touching the sea. Okay, so it's a sea property, but in India there is a rule called as CRZ, because of which you are not allowed to do construction on the seaside. So that particular challenge will not be observed here in this particular property. But since the property is like this, there is a beach, sea beach, and there is a cliff after that, and we are on the top of the cliff, from where you can see the sea, but you are actually touching the sea. So challenge may not be there. Is it okay?
Yeah, Anand, are you from Florida area? That's why the hurricane is very, or South Carolina, I guess.
no, I'm a civil engineer. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. There is an agent question.
Thank you. That answers the questions. Yeah.
No problem.
Very much. Is there a minimum guaranteed return? Have you always paid this in previous projects? Great. So as I've said that minimum guaranteed return was shown for Warsaw project as well, and there was always a minimum guaranteed return in our previous projects also. And very happy to share with you, we have even paid in Corona time. As I've said that 2020 actually 2019 October we started the property. Within 6 months of operations, there was Corona time, and the property was shut off for almost 8 months. There was zero because nobody was allowed to travel. We all know about the whole thing. So, but for those 8 months, also we have paid for our project as a business uh, conscious business decision, I would say, because it's once in a lifetime scenario. So all the minimum committed amounts have been paid from our side always for last 5 years. So there is a minimum guaranteed return from our side, which we have communicated in this property, relating to $750 approximately, and equivalent to 35% occupancy. And how we calculated that was based on that particular occupancy.
So just to add on to that, Sachin, basically on one of the slides you're showing, and that's basically why I was attracted to this project, is if I compare those returns from my personal experience in Chicago land area, or I have properties in Florida, we generally calculate cash flow, uh, and our calculations are based on 500 to 600 cash flow on a rental property. So when we look at any investment in the United States, or at least I'm talking about specifically Chicago market or Chicago type of markets and Florida markets. If I look at Airbnb or the short-term rental, then the returns are a little bit better, $1,500 to $1,700 a month. Obviously, not guaranteed like the what you're giving it out. So uh, the bottom line is what that 10-year lease is allowing you is even if the vacancy or even the occupancy goes below 35, Pushpam is guaranteeing the 35%, which equivalent to the $750 roughly on the return. So I was just comparing the products from here and there, and both products are almost similar. So if you're investing in the United States market, you'll see the similar numbers. Obviously, the appreciation number on India side is a little bit better, as we all know. In some of the markets in the United States, the appreciation is not that high, but the cash flow is much different. But so that's the main attraction for me actually to look at this product. But we have another question if you want to Sachin take on.
Yes. Uh, Thank you very much, Rahul. What you are saying is right, but as you rightly said, the appreciation in Indian properties, especially in these kind of locations, is the highest one. And rental returns, as compared to other residential properties in India, is highest in our properties because we are kind of monetizing it on a daily basis. That's the basic reason. Okay, so the next question was about the properties mentioned on the cliff. What is the average time to get to the beach? If you travel in the car, the time to go to beach is 4 minutes. If you go by walk, it is around 10 to 12 minutes. So the walking distance is around 650, 700 meters by road, and the same is the travel distance by car as well. And there a swimming allowed on the beach? The answer is yes. Kolthare beach is one of the finest beach in Konkan region and the cleanest beach I would say I have ever seen in the entire west of India. So yes, swimming is allowed on the beach. You can definitely go on the swim. It's a kilometer and half stretch, which is most virgin beach, absolutely non-crowdy and white sand. It is also called as Turtle Beach. If you just Google it sometime, turtles all across the globe or many parts of the globe I would say come there आणि ते तिथे एका स्पेसिफिक सीझनला येऊन फक्त अंडी घालून परत निघून जातात अशा टाईपचं तिथे एक खूप फेमस आहे सो इट इज कॉल्ड एज टर्टल बीच एज वेल सो फार सुंदर बीच आहे अँड व्हेरी गुड फॉर स्विमिंग एज वेल या
I guess Sachin,
सो
if somebody is very interested in it, what else
या
Islam can allow give from information? Is there they can go to the site or they can send somebody to the site or how to contact you guys?
Yes, sure. We have a arrangement wherein someone is visiting India, they want to go to site, we can make the whole arrangement. If you want to send someone from here to the site, we have a sales rep there and we can do the entire arrangement of from Pune or Mumbai or wherever they are. We can talk to them and get the things coordinated. That's how generally we do it. So site visit is always possible. Actually seeing on from the site exactly the plot which you are buying, all those things, it is easily possible and we can manage it. And I want to appeal to all of you that for local, Rahul is helping us to put up the whole there. So he's our local connect, and Rahul can is always available for all of you. And we are just a call away as well. So if you need this presentation, if you need any more information, we can always send it to you from our side. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for sparing time and listening to me patiently. And Rahul, over to you, and you can say about our visit as well. Okay, so Rahul has already put in his contact number in the chat box. So those who you can just pick it up from there. Okay, thank you.
So based on what he has presented, like the whole marketing journey for Sachin for JMG started from that JMG session. We had that summit in New Jersey, so a lot of people came, visited. The whole point of this collaboration was, and I'm sure who has visited the JMG summit, they must have seen the power of how you can bring the business, how you can grow together, how Garje Marathi can help you grow from where you are. There are a lot of connections, there are a lot of resources, there is a lot of knowledge in that group. So when I was there, I was getting inquiries or getting into investment proposals from a lot of people. And one of the things I liked about the whole Garze Marathi platform was people are actually showing what they have. They're open. There's a lot of openness. People are willing to help, especially just the Garze Marathi part of it. All the leaders have created a community where there's a lot of resources out there. So if you want to increase your business, if you want to increase or grow the business in United States or anywhere else, there's a lot of resources. But from that same token, I was kind of impressed with what Sachin was showing, and I had a lot of interest in real estate. That's my 24/7. That's my business here. So I checked everything, and based on that, I started talking with him, and I'm trying to help him to get the word out to all the communities in United States. So part of that is this session where we'll be obviously recording this session and sending it to all the Garze Marathi group after this. But not that the next month when Sachin is visiting, we have a session in San Francisco where Ganu sir has actually Diwali meeting in San Francisco. That's on November 10. So we'll be there. Me and Sachin, we both will be there. We'll presenting and will be available for any in-person meetings if you need any other information. The same applies for all the other location you can see on the side. So we are from there we'll go to Dallas, Houston, Chicago, Detroit, Charlotte, Atlanta. The whole point of this tour is to just spread the word. This is a different product. This is not the very same product where you invest in India. You have all the troubles. I'm sure everybody in who came to United States in last 20, 25 years has done this thing. So this is something, a new venture or new way of looking at investing in India. So I highly encourage you to just look into it. If you know anybody who might be interested, or even back in India, if you have any other people who might be interested, just have them go and take a look at it. But if you know anybody in these cities, I don't know who exactly on the call, like where people are from, but we'll be in the town, and then we'll be sending the information through Garze Marathi, especially on that November 10 when their Diwali meeting. So just look forward to that. We would like to meet you in the city when we are there, or if you have any other friends or family, just let them know, and we'll be interested in talking with them. Not much. Already we are kind of at a 1 hour mark. So unless there are any more questions, I would like to wrap this call. Before I end speaking, I want to really thank Sachin because it's 4:30 in the morning when the meeting started, which is too early, but he was ready to do that because I wanted to keep it in all the time zones in the United States. So right now it's almost 8 o'clock on Eastern side. That's why I didn't want to go beyond that. So thank you for you, Sachin, and thank you
Thank
for
you, Rahul,
coming.
very much. Thank you for sparing time, all of you. And thank you, Rahul, for arranging this very nicely. Thanks a lot.
So if there are not any more questions, then we can wrap up this call. So I'll give like a few minutes if anybody has any other final questions or comments.
Thank you, Rahul. It's a very nice presentation. We'll think about it and get back to you.
Okay, thanks, Rupali. Okay, I think we can wrap it up, Sachin. And I have my number there for the people in the United States. They can reach out to me. Obviously, the site is in front of you. You can always go on the Pushpam site. This was a unique way of investing, so I wanted to bring. But look for other presentations in following months under the CRE group of Garje Marathi will bring some interesting investment like this every time. So even if you know somebody who is doing something unique, just bring that to my attention, and we can have them present and give that option to all the Garje Marathi members. So thanks a lot again, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Sachin.